But I really want to discuss these real estate investment trusts that are really hot right now. The monthly real estate investment trusts are pretty strong. The quarterly dividend stocks are very strong. Hello, by the way. And I really want to emphasize, how things are looking with my dividend portfolio as well as your dividend portfolios in a pretty crazy time with the economy. So, of course, how can you say no to, I'm getting dividends from those guys tomorrow? I think I'm earning 2603 tomorrow with those guys. So I'm going to start off with the monthly dividend real estate investment trust. One thing that's a big turnoff with STAG, dividend growth sucks. And that's one thing that's a turnoff. I will not be buying that many shares in STAG until I start seeing decent dividend hikes, when there are real estate investment trusts like EPR Properties that are way down, and they took a huge hit during the pandemic, and they're taking a while to rebound. So, I'm capitalizing on those guys. Eventually, in the next month or two, when I start travel nursing, I'm going to start really throwing some money in my monthly real estate investment trust. So that's one thing that's very attractive with investing and dividend investing, especially with these monthly dividend stocks. Hey, Jack, I'm a nurse myself, work on a cardiac step down floor. So that's one thing when it comes to dividend investing is this is a very crazy time with the economy. Things are going up and down. Things are going right and left. There's good days, there's bad days. The most important thing is dollar cost averaging. And, just putting money in every week. I mean, I'm in graduate school. Things are very tight. Things are not looking very hot right now, obviously, with my bank account, because I'm like so tight and frugal. But I'm still finding time to put in money in the stock market, in my M1 finance dividend portfolio, a little bit of dollar cost averaging here and there. I know when my semester's done, I'm going to pick up a bunch of shifts because I bought tickets for Ohio State games. So I want to make sure I don't own any interest on my Capital One Saver card. And you just got to be careful in regard to everything. So let's see. Ethos is asking about Dave and his White Claws. I think he's probably drinking the Oscar Mayer ones. So, Dave could really be a poster boy for Kraft Heinz as a dividend stock. I think the price per share will drop the moment they see him drinking a Oscar Mayer flavored seltzer. So what do I think of the future of the REITs? Is there building room for the next 5 years as a boom? Then over long term, there's too much real estate prices to go down. So the best way to look at things, and I'm going to really focus on real estate investment trusts and business development companies, is diversification with your real estate investment trust portfolio. So I kind of have a philosophy. When you're younger, when it comes to dividend stocks, be a little bit more aggressive. Obviously don't buy yield traps. Don't buy things that decrease in price, things that are decreasing in price over time that probably or could have a dividend cut, like IEP. But things you just got to focus on is growth, revenue, acquisitions, like O acquires stuff like crazy. Agree Realty Corporation with acquisitions, revenue. That's why I just added IIPR back to my M1 finance dividend portfolio. I'm going to do some updates with that regarding those videos, because IIPR is a very interesting diversified real estate investment trust where, it focuses on farms, and mostly farms with the Mary Jane. I don't want to get in trouble when I'm saying stuff on here, but they're going to be in demand. And oh, thank you. Well, psych nurse here, working in substance abuse treatment, starting last year in psych NP school. I'm in adult primary care right now, actually, at the University of Cincinnati. I'm doing pretty well. I have about a 3.7 right now. I got a 93, 94 in my class. But the big thing is just putting the time in with videos, investing, doing some research a little bit on investing. And Jack, with dividend stocks, especially these real estate investment trusts, MPW and OHI, mental health is off the chain. And, you know, a lot of these real estate investment trusts that have mental health facilities, they are big, and they're big right now. They're full. It's hard to find bodies in hospitals or psychiatric centers because, unfortunately, it appears to be an epidemic. And I'm going to have to do another video on AGNC. You guys know my thoughts on those guys. I like Arbor Realty Trust a lot better, which is a mortgage-backed real estate investment trust. ABR is a symbol. Its revenue has done well. Its dividend hikes have done well. I don't touch AGNC with a 10-foot pole. I'll probably have to do a review on these guys shortly. But it may be a monthly dividend stock, but if you look at the trends, I'm going to have to do a video like I did with, or make a video like I did with, you know, QYLD with that box. There's kind of a box a little bit with AGNC. So I would just want you guys to be cautious of that in the long run, because I want to raise, you guys want to raise. I mean, my employer wasn't giving me a raise during the pandemic. So guess who was giving me the raise? Oh, Agree Realty Corporation, Stag, you know, all those. So, you know, that's the one thing that's very attractive with these guys. By the way, Scotch and whiskey, DEO. Look up that symbol. I don't like AGNC. I'm going to have to do a video on them. Is that what the question mark is? Why I don't like AGNC? Well, I reinvest all my dividends. There's no reason not to take the cash. I mean, you know, there's no reason with the price per share and all these real estate investment trusts, the bank stocks, the business development companies being down. For me, there is no reason to take the cash. I'm buying shares at a cheaper price. Same thing goes for your mutual fund with work. So think about this. Hey, Russ, how are you? Russ, I just decided to come on here. It was just one of those things. It was a long day. I felt like making a video, but I felt like coming on here, and I can't wait to do a collaboration video with you after August 6th, you and many people. Main Street Capital, I love those guys. Little bit with my investing, I angel invest too, and there was a company, Snorton is popping up like crazy. But the thing is with Main Street Capital, I took a check. This business, what was it? It was something with something Genius or something like that. They tried to do a TV thing. It was going really well, and then they changed their philosophy. And their revenue went down the tubes. So I took 100% profit of those guys. The growth that doesn't seem like it's going to be that strong. I just threw it right away in in Main Street Capital. I think it was like 1,000 or something like that. So it was totally worth it. Am I interested in M? I mean, if I had the money, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't right now. Do I plan on focusing on a small number of core stocks at some point? Yeah, once I start making money and I start really sitting down and reevaluating what the heck am I doing with my dividend portfolio, starting August 6th, that's one thing that I really need to look at is, you know, I show you videos. My goal is to get to 200 shares like Altria, Omega Health Investors, all these guys, but I really need to sit down and focus and see, probably for about an hour or two, really get a game plan and see what I need to do with my investing. Because Russ had a goal to get to 100 shares of Pepsi. He got to 100 shares of Pepsi, and kudos to that guy. First of all, everyone, hold on. But kudos to Russ for 100 plus shares of PEP. First of all, give that guy a big kudos. That's a huge goal. So he had a goal, get to 100 shares of Pepsi. He's going to reinvest those dividends. He's getting like 100, and he's getting a raise, each month. So that's an incredible goal. So, I have a goal with Store to get to 200 shares. I have a goal of, Arbor Realty Trust. Now I'm saying I'm going to get to 400. And, I need to get really to 200 to 400 shares in a lot of these stocks. And yes, Iron Mountain is very good. I'm glad I posted a video on that for you guys. You guys wanted me to do a review on Iron Mountain, and it's really interesting. Actually, out here in Cleveland, there's a lot of warehouse areas over here that store medical documents. And Jack, like everything's stored that we do. Telemetry strips. You do an EKG on someone. You do a psychotic medication. Do an EKG to make sure they don't have heart arrhythmias or anything. TCAs and stuff. Well, that gets stored, and that gets stored in Iron Mountain for a long time. So, you can't just throw out medical documents. You got to hold on to it in case of a lawsuit or something happens. So, these guys capitalize on it, and they capitalize now on the cloud services and all the stuff that's going on. So it's very exciting to see these guys grow. I mean, the revenue is growing. It's a little bit slower, but, in the medical field and diversification, Iron Mountain is something that I really like. Price per share is down. The dividend hikes are up, and it looks pretty good. I'm seeing all these Indian, go Cubs things. I'm an Indians fan. I'll still say the Indians, but yeah, the Cubs beat them in the World Series. Good for them. I'd much rather see them win than LA and everyone. But, Chicago is a very interesting city with a real estate investment trust. There's some good ones out there. SLG is like one with New York, which is a really interesting monthly dividend real estate investment trust in Manhattan. And, everybody wants to live in Manhattan. It doesn't matter how much, if they live in a box, they still want to live in Manhattan and pay all that rent. So there's a lot of companies that'll still do that. So that's one thing that's very interesting. I did do a review on SQFT. I Presido Property Trust. I did do some reviews on those guys. Same with Sachem. I'll probably have to do another one since a lot of you guys are new on here. Why I'm continuing to buy SQFT. I have those guys, and that's one thing that's very unique for those guys. I think the price is down so much that I really I can't reinvest my dividends for some reason on E-Trade. I don't understand why. I'm gonna have to talk to those guys on E-Trade. I get this 1232, and I'm like, gosh, why am I not getting an SQFT? I'm gonna have to figure that out on E-Trade. Well, here's the thing with VC. VC's a really good dividend growth stock. It's a price per share. It's well diversified. VC and GLPI are really strong, and they're hiking their dividends. They're in demand. They're getting money and hikes. I mean, things are looking pretty strong for these guys. And excuse me, LeBron didn't build Cleveland, the Browns did. So just remember that, even despite what's going on. Wow, 200 shares. Ethos, when are you going to post another video? I haven't seen you post another video, or I don't know. I haven't seen you post one. You better get back on that once you get up to 200 shares. Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't understand what's going on with that. I'm a bit of a new investor regarding expense ratio. Say it's 0.65. So I would honestly, Tim, I would ask, I would ask the company. That's the way I asked Vanguard everything with expense ratios. I really want to understand where it goes because they're very transparent with the way things work. Mine is in a brokerage account, so I do have to pay taxes on REITs, Russ. What do I think is a good percentage of REITs that should be in a portfolio? Michael, it depends on your philosophy. I like a portfolio of 3 to 7% yields. I mean, as long as they're stable. And if I'm generating money, I'm generating income. I know taxes are taxes and qualified and stuff. Um, that's one thing that's good about REITs. Now, to protect them, a lot of people put them in Roths so that they don't have to deal with these taxes and stuff with the income versus qualified and the tax benefits. Qualcomm, JP Morgan, can't go wrong with them. Am I buying Stag in the dip? No. I am. Stag is something that I did buy a bunch of shares in, but I'm not getting a raise that much. And I mean, EPR Properties is way down. So and I'm going to real quick jump back to this expense ratio and the way things go. So money gets taken out eventually over time, but I would really ask these guys in your company how money is taken out. You need to understand how it's taken out with the expense ratio because they're very transparent. They need to tell you how it's taken out, and is it that's important. Like when I call for my mutual fund, like where I have a Vanguard VT, I'm in actually the Vanguard Total Stock Market, 100%. But with Fidelity, okay, I get charged X amount of dollars per quarter for having a Roth IRA. So I would ask everything that you're in, a Roth and everything, ask every expense. Don't just ask, certain expense ratio. So just be careful with that because Acorns expense ratio, they take money out of you like crazy. That's why I tell people to avoid Acorns. Simon Property Group is the last REIT I hold in my taxable. I'm waiting until the next year to sell. Move the cash to the Roth and buy there again. There's nothing wrong with that. BST and JEPQ. I really haven't looked into those guys that much. But the business development companies I want to bring up is the big thing is with these business development companies, CSWC. Thank you, by the way, Juniper. CSWC. I'm going to post a video probably Saturday on a new business development company I bought. Have a good one, Russ. Is CSWC got to be careful a little bit with the payout ratio. That's one thing I just want to let you guys know about them. Main Street seems like it's decent. 266. So I'm going to ask you guys, I know like VNQ with the expense ratio. Do you guys understand? I want you guys to post in the comment section. Do you understand with expense ratios with ETFs? If you have $1,000, okay, let's just say $10,000 and the expense ratio is 0.06%. How much gets taken out? Do you guys know that? Because I posted a video on QYLD. I just want you guys to understand. I mean, VNQ is a really good ETF. So I want you guys, I know you guys said nope and everything. Why does this Norton thing keep on clicking on? But this Norton thing will pop up every 5 seconds when I'm with you guys. So I want you guys to understand, because I want you guys to do your homework too. I want you guys to call. I really do. This is why I want you guys to do your digging too, and not just rely on people, that post videos, but do your digging. Call, Vanguard, whatever you guys got with your ETF, and speak with them over the phone and have them explain to you how it goes out, because these type of questions are very important that you need to discuss with a lot of these companies, Global X, Wisdom Tree, all these other guys. It's very important that you have a discussion with these guys so you understand what's going on. So I want you guys to do your, I'm not grilling you, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, this is how I learned about expense ratios and what they do. Then you start asking questions. Okay, I got QYLD, 0.60 expense ratio. If I have $10,000, there's that calculator. I posted a video on that. You can calculate how much comes out. So just make sure you do that, especially with these, these ETFs that have real estate. Watch out. I mean, SRET. I mean, I don't like that one, but man, that expense ratio gets you pretty good, especially when you're getting those dividends. You're putting money in. You'd be surprised at how much money gets taken out of your account with those expense ratios. So just be careful with those ETFs that are high dividend REITs. I'm just letting you guys know. DHC, I don't know. You tell me. Pay me to review a stock. Why would you pay me? Everything's free on here. I mean, I don't promote stocks. I mean, that's just your company or your stock or whatever. No, I don't do that. You give me a list of what's hot. If I like it, I'll post a video and say what's up. What I need to start doing is saying what's up to you guys and giving you shout outs. Yes, management fees. That's what I'm telling you. Management fees. See? And then once you're in the mutual funds or real estate mutual fund, what else gets taken out? That's the thing with, that's why I want you guys to call and ask these guys questions, because Acorns, you get those special hidden fees that you got to pay and you have no idea. GLQ. Who is GLQ? That's the first question. Have you guys ever heard of GLQ? Equity fund. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But I want to get back to these real estate investment trusts. So let's go over these. Let's go after sectors. So, Russ made a big post. I want you guys to be aware that there was a huge one. I think it was let me look it up. He made a post on there. I mean, this is, if you guys thought I would be really organized doing this, I just wanted to kind of wing it and do this video, go live with you guys regarding these REITs. But what was the one that Russ did? I'm going to look this up. I was just going to hop on for a little bit. I didn't realize that many people would be on here. He made a tweet. I'm telling you guys got to get on Twitter. I can give you a shout out on Dividend Warrior Wednesday. What was the one? There it is. IPLT, a temporary 97% dividend cut. So make sure. No, I don't. Already, it's the expense ratio is too high. I mean, I'm not. I'll do a review on it, with you guys watching another time. But I can just see the dividend yield doesn't look attractive. I mean, I really want to focus on REITs and business development companies like Agree Realty Corporation. The business development companies I want to go over is Hercules Capital. That's one that I'm really loading up on. I want to buy a little bit of TSLX. The REITs, the REFI, REFI. I really want to do, focus on that. The AFCG. It's all right. So Global Equity Fund, QQQ Global Equity Fund. All right, you guys are guilt tripping me. GLQ, dividend history. Dividend yield. It's a little up and down. I'd have to do a video on it. So 6th Street, I really like them. That one I'm very focused on. What about that one? You guys like that one? CSWC. What about ARC? Asking you guys about ARC. Got to watch ARC. Look, this is a thing that all right, Matt, this is a thing that I did with REITs, with the housing problem potentially coming up. I'm buying the dip like crazy. REITs and business development companies and bank stocks, I am buying like crazy because they're down. Now, this little month, like from late July to early August, I'm going to be a little tight with money, which kind of sucks. Just because I'm like paying for like a few of my semesters. But gosh, if I had a lot of money, I'd be throwing money in like crazy. I worked like 50 plus hours a week during the pandemic when they were hooking up people like with bonus and stuff during the pandemic. And gosh, I was throwing it in my dividend portfolio and I paid for like half my school and stuff. It was totally worth it. Kathy Wood, if she needs to be a dividend investor because she got lucky on one investment and that was it. Honestly. I don't even want to think of line of credit. Um, I don't even want to think about that. I just need to focus on August and get everything. Um, I don't even want to think about that. I need to get off debt. That's why I'm going to be travel nursing. I mean, I'm only like what 14,000 in graduate school debt. I mean, which is not a lot, but I want to get that out of the way so I can start throwing money in my dividend stocks. And don't forget the expense ratio in ARC. That's what I'm tell people. Like, do some digging, make some phone calls. Understand. No, don't send me money, please. Just I have affiliate links on, that you guys can click and use, to buy stuff on Amazon. Just use those links that I have. Don't worry about that. You'll see in the comment section that I have. Like, don't worry. So, what is your what do you guys think of EPR properties? Just all I ask you to do is just spread the word of my channel. You don't have to send me money. You guys do not have to send me money. Just click my affiliate links if with the Amazon in the comment section that I have. Like, you'll see my links at the bottom. You can just click something. If you're not interested in buying somebody's book or something, you can just still use the Amazon search thing and buy something. That way I get a really small commission. You're buying stuff, through, I don't know, if you're buying Gatorade or Powerade or something. Wow, Valerian's on here. Diversified real estate investment trust. Ooh, I just hit that. But they thing with EPR is their diversification just on entertainment, and because of that, they got hit pretty hard, and they got smacked in the mouth like when the pandemic hit. So, you got to pay your landlord, Tim. Just remember that. People can talk about their AMC, Ape Nation, Ape Army, AMC going to the moon, but they got to pay their landlord. Just remember that. What about Horizon Science Technology? That's one that disappoints me. They have not hiked their dividend. I got VC. I own SLG. GLPI, that's one that I'm considering buying. SLG, I own. See, the thing with the options, I mean, you can do that and sell it, but it's better just to make passive income in the long run. Just reinvest the dividends or take dividend income. No, I know. You can, yeah, compounding the options. That's one thing I always tell Hidden Freedom and Retire with Less. I need to grow a pair, and I need to tell Matt Money that too. I need to grow a pair and start doing options. No, I don't do covered calls right now. I'm in graduate school. Got to be very careful with my money and very cautious with my money. So I got covered call ETFs. started to like laugh reading one of your comments. Yeah, that is a lot. You know, I think with movie theaters, I like the experience going to movies. I like the popcorn, the small popcorn. I like enjoying myself going to the movies. I really hate sitting in front of a TV by myself or with friends. Oh, the yield trap. Oh, I got a stank face on the pool by her, unfortunately. Yeah, the yield trap story. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's a bullet dodge. No, it's not $100. Get out of here. You buy a ticket. You make, I don't buy pop, when I'm at the theater because then I have to pee, and then you got to hold it in, and you just get popcorn and you're good. No, Yerba, I unfortunately have to see that person at the pool. I just sit across and just stay away. I'm single. I can't care. I think people are, I mean, I don't know. I just enjoy the movie experience. There's still going to be people that enjoy this experience going to theaters. I mean, look at the Thor movie, which reminds me of Disney that they need to get their dividend back. But you know, the thing is that people are still going to go. Everybody's pumping AMC. So, they're going to pump AMC. They're going to say it's a great stock and blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know. I mean, I enjoy movie theaters. Let me ask you this. What is the worst REIT out there? That's another question. What is the worst REIT out there to buy? Uh, I don't know. I mean, ORC, it's kind of like a risk stock. I'll see what happens. It's a little bit of play money in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Wow, you really have to go that low and say I like AGNC? I really have a bad taste in my mouth from this bourbon. Yeah, that's the thing with Stag. Um, I do not like its dividend growth rate. It's slow. Oh, AGNC. Now I did buy them. It's like a White Claw. You know, you just try it and then it sucks. It's like a White Claw. You know, you try it, it's free, and then it sucks. I mean, that's the way to describe AGNC. ONL, when that thing happened, I just sold it and threw it in something. I forget what I threw it in. You know, this is going to be really interesting with Retire with Less and Hidden Freedom going live. Probably our dark sense of humor, all three of us. Probably, and add Matt Money. Oh, God. You guys will probably be entertained. Stag is expensive and the dividend growth is terrible. I agree. I will not post any more videos about really liking Stag. I mean, it's a good monthly dividend stock, but the growth is terrible. You know what else is another one? Land. Dividend growth is awful. Terrible dividend growth. I feel like Colin Cowherd, like, oh, you know, every time you see Land, like, you know how he is on TV. Just the dividend growth is so slow. Well, absolutely, it's the best farmland REIT. It's just the dividend growth is so slow. I don't got time for that. I sold it and threw it in the store. I like store capital. Glad. I'm not glad to buy Glad. There you go. Yeah, I mean, the thing about USOI is no. The thing about USOI is just disappears over time. I want, you know, I want you know, stuff to continue. And the other problem is it's not on M1 Finance. I was thinking about actually adding USOI to M1 Finance so I can start buying these quarterly dividend stocks and just loading up on these guys. You know, $875 is quite impressive. But, you know, the thing is, what are you going to do with that when it closes? That's the problem. When it's done, what are you going to do with it? That's what I thought about it. I mean, it's really good right now. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm happy for you guys doing really well on it. I just my philosophy and what I want to invest in. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't forget that covered call ETF that that those guys made and stuff with 15%. So tell me your top 5 REITs. I mean, I'm going to give this probably, I'll give this 11:15, then I'll call it a night. I have to listen to 2 lectures tomorrow, and then I'll post a video on Saturday. I have to work Sunday, and then Monday I'll be studying for an exam. Maybe I'll squeeze one in on Monday, and then Tuesday is my exam day. Maybe I'll go live Tuesday after my exam. What am I going to do, Wolfbacker? I'm in graduate school. I mean, I got to keep on going. Is there any REITs in China? I would not touch anything in China. I don't trust China. I don't trust their companies. Tim, all of those are excellent. Pine, MTW, or MPW, ABR, VC, and Stag. All excellent. OWPC, GLPI. Damn, that's a lot. 300 shares of OHI. I don't trust any Chinese companies. I mean, look at Luckin Coffee, how people are screwed over. It's just a terrible idea. I'd have to look at SBR a little bit more. I did look at them a little bit. No, I have to do in depth with SBR. You know, China's real estate. The crazy thing with China, you guys got to check out these documentaries in China. They tried to build cities to counter New York City and all these beautiful cities in the United States. Nobody's there. They built all these expensive apartments and condos. Nobody could afford it, and it's like a ghost town. Like I think I saw with no, you. I'm not even kidding, Valerian. Like you'll have to. I'll maybe post a video on that or a comment or something. And they tried to build cities to counter New York City and all this, and nobody's there. And I think it's going to blow up in their face soon. I mean, nobody lives there. I mean, you think people in China can afford 100,000? Isn't SBR like? Didn't they go down the tubes? If I'm starting to think about that, nobody's going to overtake Starbucks. My buddy hooked me up bourbon from Cleveland Whiskey. My buddy works at Cleveland Whiskey and like literally hooked me up with a bottle of it. So I'm just drinking like 3 shots worth. I might add 4 in a second before I go to bed. Okay, let me just give you an example of Starbucks. Oh, hold on. Don't say it's closing locations because I'm going to tell you, Cleveland Clinic Hospital, they have a Starbucks there. Cleveland Clinic Hospital is like its own city to begin with. I mean, that is like one of the top hospitals in the United States. And people are there like crazy at Starbucks. In my hospital, they have Starbucks. People buy Starbucks like crazy. Starbucks is always busy in the line. They know what they're doing. There's an area that is very close to Lanny with Dividend Diplomats and myself, and nobody thought that Starbucks would do well. And they're so busy. It's like people want to drink it for the logo. They just don't care. What's wrong with VC? I love those guys. No, I think they're gonna make money anyways. Guess what? They got to pay their landlords. Starbucks has to pay their landlords. So there's a lot of real estate investment trusts that are landlords to those guys. Okay, would you really want to have a store in LA and New York? Would you want to have a Starbucks there with everything that goes on with violence and all this stuff? No. Okay, Tim, this is a very radical thought process. Shut down cars and planes for a climate lockdown. Okay, nobody's going to do that because if you do a shutdown like that, you ain't going to get any votes to be in Congress. Nobody's going to want to vote for you. I don't care what political party you are. If somebody does something like that, you are crazy. Well, thank you. I'm going to stay on till about let's do 11:15 Eastern time. I love Maine. Love Maine. Maine gain, absolutely. Love those two. Does Dr. Evil own Starbucks? Maine, I think, might be monthly dividend. Yeah, monthly dividend BDC, I would say yes. When is Disney going to resume its dividend? That's a big question that people are like messaging me. All right, so I'll tell you my dividend income. Did you guys see my do you guys see my shorts that I posted? I'm telling you guys, once you start putting money in, holy shit, you are starting to rack up some cash. Let me excuse me. All right, I'm going to tell you my dividend income for tomorrow. Franklin Resources 1560, EPR Properties 1992, Main Street Capital 2061, O 2603, Stag 703, Store 3706, and WPC 2378. So, how much are you guys earning from O tomorrow? I want to ask you guys that question. I'm gonna be real quick. I'm gonna read your response. All right, poured one more glass, like a little short one. Why don't you just brew your own coffee and then just buy in Starbucks? Isn't that sad about Dunkin'? Like they went private and they used to be a really good dividend distributor. I used to have 3 shares too, and then it built. So I'm just saying that is just one at a time. That's great. Yeah. Dude, 3 shares of O, you're gonna start making $30. Just wait, Kevin. It's gonna happen. Not invested in O yet, building my portfolio on a veteran's pension. I do have agency. Hey, money is money. I'm not sure about ML Altria. They just come out with news that they are thinking about dividing or dividends. T Row's beautiful. How do you say no to those guys? O is monthly, yes. O is a monthly real estate investment trust. There is no way Altria will quit their dividend. Everybody will sell their shares. They quit their dividend. I mean, if they stop their dividend, I'd sell them in 5 minutes. No way. I don't see Altria getting rid of their dividend. I'd be shocked. And again, I'm not giving financial advice for entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer in the description. I always have to say it. They have, I mean, when a company has a reputation of distributing dividends, like O being a monthly dividend stock, they ain't going to give up on it. I don't see Altria giving up on it. Oh, you guys want to hear my joke before I conclude this? I made a tweet on Twitter. You guys are going to laugh at this. Let me find it. I didn't make that many tweets today, but actually had a yield trap comment that you guys are going to crack up on. She's a 10 until she tells you she threw away her life savings in AMC because she thinks it'll go to the moon. I want to see what you guys think of that one. I don't buy GameStop. You know what's funny is when I made that tweet, people are like, AMC's going to the moon. AMC's the best stock. I go, excuse me, got to pay your landlord EPR. And this girl makes a comment, blah, blah, blah. And this guy goes, she's at 12. I go, I think she's a yield trap. That started a little bit of a firestorm. Remember, you got to pay your landlord. And that's what's nice about store and EPR properties. Geez, 19 people on here. pace myself. I mean, these are actually, these are what, less than a finger's worth. Jack, don't worry, I'm not getting in CWAP protocol. This isn't, look, this is not that big. Like, you guys think I'm like slamming this. This is not really that big. Not even a finger's worth. This isn't even like a shot's worth. No, one of these nights I'm gonna have to, if I get to 10,000 subscribers, maybe I'll come back and like do a video or something from the bars. But no, I gotta behave myself. I gotta work out tomorrow too. Man, I'm like exhausted. I worked 2 12s in a row. These shifts are terrible. I have a poker face, Yerba, because I died already working in healthcare. Speaking of Cincinnati and stuff, that they're doing very well. And there's a lot of good companies, dividend stocks in Cincinnati that are doing pretty well. Captain Morgan. That's funny. Did you really ask me that question? SPHD versus SCHD? Who's better? Now, SPHD is making a comeback, but SCHD is much better. Expense ratio. No, SPHD. Ugh, not yet. They have a few stocks that they have some decent rates in there. I will say. SPHD is monthly. It's actually not. It's above average ETF. SPHD I would consider a buy right now. I plan on travel nursing. That's going to cover my dividend portfolio very fast and cut and turbocharge it. I don't mind USOI. It's just it expires in 2030 something, and I just want to hold on to something long term. Like, oh, a lot of people have capitalized in USOI very well, and they buy stuff or they life is Well, Jack, I mean, I'll tell you guys a funny story that this is actually, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. I was telling, I was in a, why am I telling you this, guy? This is pretty funny. This is, I went on a Hinge date. This is 3 years ago, and I started dividend investing. This is when I really started to understand dividend investing. I mean, I didn't know what the hell I was doing at the time. Oh yeah, I'm going to buy this and yield trap stocks. Really wasn't very good at dividend investing until I mastered it probably in December 2019. But this girl was sitting across from me and literally telling me what drugs she took on the first date. And she told me her family doctor that, like, oh, I don't need to take this. I don't need to take that. And I said to myself, sitting right across from her, I'm buying more shares of Pfizer right there. I mean, it's just that Pfizer has so much medications with I know I feel I shouldn't be saying that, but yeah, there was a check there. But yeah, there are a few F bombs. She's sitting there like venting about her exes, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm buying more shares of Pfizer after this. Confidence is very high with Pfizer, and they have a lot of anti-anxiety medications, a lot of stuff, and so does VTRS has a lot of stuff too. So I'm like, gosh, future's bright with these guys. And by the way, Pfizer just approved Paxlovid, which is like the first COVID antiviral medication. So it's starting to come out in the market. So that's going to be pretty exciting to combat the COVID bug. So I'll tell you. Speaking of Philippines, there's a Philippines nurse that came over here, and I just told him, about the food over here with you know just be careful with the Philippines food versus US food with all the butter and everything. He already put on like 10 pounds already. SSRIs. um I actually have an exam like coming up with like SSRIs and all these other meds, MS, Tourette syndrome and stuff, and there's like meds that Pfizer carries. I'm like, okay, things are looking good. Thank you. I know this is just something I said, all right, I'm not going to edit a video. It's a long shift, get a drink, and then just like study all day. And I wasn't going to do a video. I was just going to do live, record this, and then just go from there. So, Saturday, I'll post a video on a stock that I bought. It's a business development company. And, it's very exciting with a lot of these business development companies. And, they're new and innovative. And it's just very exciting to see these guys grow. So, um, Yes. Jeez. Got to be careful. So how many of you guys watch, before I get going, how many of you guys watch Dividend Diplomats at all? Like Lanny and Bert? I actually know those guys in real life. So I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you something very funny with Lanny's brother, Matt. So I ran into him on July 4th. Lanny, I've known Lanny, and he's 2 grades below me. His brother, I'm not going to say his name, but just say Mark. It's not Mark, but it starts with an M. So him and I have been tight, gosh, since grade school. And I'll tell you guys something funny before I close this. So Lanny's like, and Brandon are like straight shooters, and Matt's just a wild one. And so Matt one time put a prank on me, and there's this phone app, so where you really couldn't figure out who's actually texting you and stuff. So he was texting me under my buddy, I'll just say John, and I'm like, John, why are you texting me? So he's using this app, and it's actually him doing it. So I think it's John with a name and number. So I'm like, oh, I got to get this guy back so bad one of these times. So I'm texting him back and forth, like, dude, I'm doing a paper. Like, leave me alone. This is when I was in accelerated nursing back in 2012, and I couldn't go out. I didn't have a life. So, like, from literally the fall of 2012 to the fall of 2013 semester, I didn't have a life. All I did was like do rotations and work, with clinicals and school. And this is like this is before I became a nurse. So I found out it was him. So I'm like, I got to pay this bitch back. So I find out that there's a bachelor party with our group of friends from grade school. And what's funny was Laney's brother, they go out in a bachelor party in Chicago, and I tell all of our friends, a group, we all graduated in 2000 in grade school. I'm like, I'm going to get, his name, let's just say M is his first name. I'm going to get this bitch back and it's my last semester in school. So they all go out in the bachelor party in Chicago. What I do is I go on Craigslist and I say, hey, contact so and so. I'm trying to get rid of this White Sox K grader really fast. And I put $100 ad on Craigslist. I did a screenshot of like a White Sox K grader. So they're out in Chicago at the bachelor party. He got 400 phone calls in 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, he got 400 phone calls. And so in less than 10 minutes, he got like 1,300 phone calls. Like, it was hilarious. So I had to pay him back like so bad. So I'm going to, when we do a video collaboration video, I'm going to definitely bring that up. It was, I don't think Lanny knows about that, but I was sitting next to his brother, just sitting there, and we were smoking a cigar, and he goes, man, fuck you. You got me so good. Like, it was just so funny. He was talking about that. He still talks to, like, we still talk about that, about how I got him so good. It was pretty funny. I mean, can you imagine it being at Ditka's? Like, you're chilling, and all of a sudden you get all these phone calls. It was great. but I'm going to probably get going the next 5 minutes. Do you guys have any other questions? Yeah, that's going to be a good one for a collaboration. I can't wait. It's not investment advice. It's entertainment purposes only. I just want to address that. I have a disclaimer in the description and stuff for everything. So I just want to be clear on that as well. O, IIPR, GLPI, VC, OHI, MPW. Yeah, I can do that. I'm like half awake. Oh, it's going to be a long day of studying. Stay away from me. I'm staying away from AGNC. I'm staying away from Prospect Capital, PSEC. I'm watching Prospect. Stay away from. I don't like Prospect sucks. I don't like them. AGNC I don't like. I don't know. I just don't like AGNC and Prospect Capital right now. You kidding me? Before I get going, do you see how in the stores they have it perfected exactly where to put the cereal? Man, those kids put their hands on the cereal and mom says, okay. That's how it is nowadays. I'll look at SLRC. Why do you worry about me? It's what I do. It's how I function. That's just how I am. Do you guys follow me on Instagram, by the way? My Instagram. All right, I'm about to call it a night, but you guys have a good one. And I'll post a video Saturday on a business development company that I bought. And I'm very excited to see you guys like being very active on this channel. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm like half awake. I love ABR. So FDUS. But just make a comment next time. Turn out like the crazy German medic. The only person I'll probably turn into is um, Darth Revan. That's probably the only person I'll turn into. Darth Revan or Darth Malgus. Maybe that could happen. Dave's Killer Bread, like Hidden Freedom. Like, is there like White Claw on there or what?